You are watching a master at work.
DjSalMoney. Hit a little bit of biceps and triceps, give you a couple tips and everything else like that. And we also gonna expose your corny ass coach. What do I mean by your corny ass coach? Well, if they're victim to any of the following, chances are they're probably not a coach. All right, now in this sport, I understand people tend to look at my work and in the comments, they say, thanks coach. Like, thanks coach, like you really put me on, you really helped me out in this degree. Guys, girls, I am not a coach. I'm the furthest thing from a coach. I love McDonald's, right? I'm not a food specialist. I will not tell you how to eat, what to eat and everything else like that, because if I was telling you what to eat, I have to trust that you are actually doing that. And if you're not, now I look like shit. I'm not putting that kind of trust on nobody I don't know, right? So I have what they call like the movement eye. I can just kind of look at how people move and see if they're moving too damn stiff or just see how they can do certain things better. And we'll talk about that in another video where we train past fatigue, how to train past fatigue or get quality quarter and half reps. So this movement, right, specifically this overhead tricep cable push out, right, is where I like to start on triceps because it's where I'm very, very weak at, right? But understanding like this movement, right, where my elbows are forward in front of me, right, they're not flared. I'm always here, letting that elbow ride back above my hairline. That same elbows here is my abdominals and thighs pose now, right? So where that elbow is at its highest point on something like an abdominals and thighs is essentially what I'm trying to mimic with that pull. And I'm not trying to decompartmentalize, and I'm not trying to create these subdivisions of my tricep because I don't care about that shit. I'm not trying to individually work the lateral head, the short head, the long head, none of that. I'm just trying to feel my triceps. So I'm overhead, right? I got that back heel pressed up against this cable, right? I'm forward in my elbows. Press out. So in terms of exposing your coach, it's not everybody, but if you're guilty, then you're guilty. These people that post their workouts, right, especially on Instagram, and I don't know where this originated or why it's even a thing, but there's like this, it's not really bodybuilding. It's a certain kind of like, I don't want to call them athletes, because I don't know if anything about it is really athletic, but they're a group of people who do exercises. They literally just do exercises, random shit. None of it is catered towards anything other than like probably having an increased heart rate, right? But they'll do like these hop squats and some step ups, right? So on and so forth. There's a laundry list of all these exercises, and then in their captions, they'll make sure that they tell you, save this workout, tag your partner, tag your workout buddy, try it later. You know the crazy part about Instagram is they tell you all that shit. They tell you how many people save your posts. They tell you how many people have commented. So when you say tag your workout buddy, and we click on the comments, and we see that nobody's tagged their fucking buddy, where does this come from? That same crowd, if you follow any of them or if you ever looked at any of their stories, by like midnight, they're out drinking. Shit-faced. Like night after night, especially Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm pinned here, elbows, go. Woo! Shit! Reason number 2, exposing your coach number 2. Do not get caught up with their bios. Their Instagram bios are full of shit. Instagram bios are full of shit. They have every top 5, top 10 company from supplement to clothing to gear, right? Let me explain something to you guys, because I know it comes from a place of ignorance. Not saying that you're dumb, it just means I don't know, right? When you see all of these brands and all of these companies in people's bios, it is not a direct reflection of them getting paid from that company. There's levels to this shit. Ambassadors, affiliates, sponsors, right? Sponsors pay the most, right? If you see somebody's shit and it just has the name of the company and it says code, please do not, damn, like, they only been doing it so long, they only got 10K, like, come on, like, that's another thing. You can't get too caught up with what you see, because what you see is not what you get in this field of work. I can go tag 4 or 5 different companies right now in my bio and make it look like, damn, he's got the followers, he's got the sponsors, he's going crazy, he got the nice whip, he's got the nice crib. I have 2 sponsors, right? Within the 2 sponsors, the sponsors pay me monthly, right, on top of commission. Outside of that, ain't nobody in my shit. I'm not gonna just be putting other people's company in my bio for the sake of my presence looking sweet, right? We just not necessarily turned down a sponsor a couple of days ago, but what they came to me with wasn't something that was gonna work for me, right? And I kind of let them know like how I get down, right? And at the forefront for me when it comes to sponsors, taking care of my kids is priority. I'm not here to give anybody no free fucking play, not at all, right? Because in getting the sponsors that I have now, it's been based solely off of doing what I've been doing, which is just helping people. I don't care who you are. You can be the top. If it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. If by now you haven't realized you don't need certs to be able to give advice, stay over there. Stay over there. Having a cert, even something as small as like one of those ISSA little certification, like personal trainer certifications. You know how many personal trainers, right, are shit at training people? Let's keep it a buck, right? There are a shit ton. There's more certified personal trainers who don't know how to train than people who are actually not certified and can actually help people. That is about as good as someone going to school, getting a degree in whatever their field is, and then working a job that has nothing to do with it. You start to realize like the magnitude of this little like piece of paper with my name on it holds what validity? Because you can't even tell me why I'm doing what I'm doing. You just hang your hat on ISSA, NASM certified PT in your bio, and the shit is like, well, I can't fucking tell. I cannot tell. I literally cannot tell. This is one of the ones that went viral first, right? My homeboy came up to the cable, right? And his press started just like that, right? So it's approach cable here, right? Whereas I wanted him to create that distance to where he could set up and have tension in his tricep before he just yanked it down. Because if I'm all up underneath the cable, in order to get tricep, this has to happen, where I get excessive height. And that's where people start to say, like, I feel it in my lats. It's like, of course you do. Look at your setup. You're all right here. Right? So I told him, just get back a bit and get the cable to you first. This, right? See how tight I am with my forearm against my bicep? And I'm just pushing down, right? Past my hips. And the reason that I like this, right, where I'm pressed down, forearm to bicep, press down, forearm to bicep, I don't want this elbow to get up, right, because I already got that with the first movement, right? Now, preference says if this is your preferred first movement, sure, get that elbow raised, right? But in terms of how I approach it, I like to start where I'm weakest at, which tends to be the overhead. The one thing that this industry, I feel like, is missing out on is authenticity, for sure. Because one of the things that people are finding out now, if they haven't been following me, or people appreciate the most about me, is my shit talking back and forth with people online. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people will tell you like, oh, like just ignore them, like they're trolls. And it's like, yeah, you could. Right, but this is my shit. You know what I mean? Like I take extreme pride to a degree in my work. You know, and so if you ever want to come here and, you know, try to be funny, let's be funny. I don't believe in not responding. That's what people like. They comment to get a comment, right? You post to get a reaction. I've said this in a earlier video of mine on YouTube. You have people who won't even acknowledge their followers, right? Because they think they're so up here, right? Especially girls. Girls will only respond to girls, right? And I get it because a lot of guys are like weird, but girls will only respond to girls that have followers. Girls will not respond to the girl who is like just started her journey. She doesn't have the followers, she doesn't have the look, because they feel like they so up here, right? Like, I'm so up here, I'm so pretty, I'm a baddie, I'm in my Gymshark, I got on my scrunch booty leggings, whatever, and I look sweet, and that's okay. But take the time to acknowledge these people that are watching you, right? Because it's much bigger than you. It's much, much bigger than, you know, how you look and how you come across. And I get it. A lot of us do have a lot of followers, right? But none of us are to the point where we can't take the time out of our day to just respond to someone and say, thank you, I appreciate that. And you'll see them. You'll see them in certain gyms. Like when you go to certain gyms, certain like influencer gyms, even that vibe is the same vibe you get. Like, bitch, you're regular. Same with the dudes. Same with the dudes. I meet guys in person and I express my appreciation for them. I always tell them to stay locked in. I see it. I see the hate that they throw in you, but it come with the territory, right? So protect what's yours at the end of the day. Don't let nobody take it, but at the same time, that same love that I give is the same love I get. The top video on my YouTube is me meeting people and interacting with people. It's nothing about me. It's not my physique. It's not me posing. It's not me shirtless. Everything I do is to help people, not to show anybody or tell anybody I'm better than anybody. So if it's one thing that the industry can work on for sure, appreciate the people that follow you. There's gonna be some people that unfortunately is gonna take offense to this one too. You know how Instagram has like the notes, and y'all probably know where I'm about to go, but how Instagram has the notes and you have these people who like be in the gym or whatever, they look the same all the damn time. They go to their notes and they say, now accepting clients for the month of July. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Those people that are doing that are not putting in enough time. Guys and girls, your work should speak for itself to the point where you develop a following, or you develop people who are so invested into what they're seeing that they have no choice but to get in line. That's like me being back in like the 90s. Y'all seen Baby Boy, I'm sure, the movie. But that part where Jody is like at the car wash eating the lemon heads, his brother P come up, and it's a dude come up, CDs, DVDs.
What? Videos, homie. Videos, DVD, CDs, Master P, Charlie's Angels.
That's you. Literally, that's you. CDs, DVDs, bread, that's you accepting clients. You're like holding the sign like, clients, accepting clients for the month of August. Let the work speak, because we see right through it, right? Your look or your training methods and your methodology should be so imposing that men and women alike, they look at you and go, damn, she get busy, he get busy. Whatever they're doing, I'm about to fall in line. My life, my habits, this drinking, this eating like shit all the time, this is not for me, right? But I'm not out here saying clients, accepting clients. If you're following people like that or know people that are doing that shit, don't go to them for like trying to learn how to coach, because then when you see them train people, they train them like shit. Harsh truth. We see these people. Stay away from those people. Literally just stay away from those people. That's not the kind of trainer or the kind of coach you should be approaching, at least in terms of bodybuilding or trying to really, really transform that physique. I'm not talking about no 6-week transformation weight loss shit. I'm talking understanding, all right, this is gonna take some time. This is really gonna take some time, but I'm gonna dial in and unleash and find whatever it is, right, that is underneath all of these layers of nonsense that I got on me, and I'm a really power through. I'm gonna work, I'm gonna bust my ass, I'm gonna eat right, I'm gonna sleep right, I'm gonna just prioritize my training. Find a coach like that that's gonna let you know up front, hey, I'm gonna let you know this shit is not gonna be easy, right? You probably gonna hate me for a little while. There's gonna be days where you don't wanna get busy, but that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna start you off very crawl, walk, run, right? And before we even crawl, we're gonna learn how to hold your big ass head up, right? So you can get comfortable here so that you learn, oh, wow, this does this. I can look this way, I can pull this way. All of these different things, right? That person that's posting that accepting clients, they're just money hungry. Save your money. Literally just go get some McDonald's. Don't even, because they're gonna be trying to charge you like $40 or some weird shit per session. And you're gonna be like, well, is that $40 well spent? Because I probably could have took that $40, washed my car, got groceries for like 2 days. You know what I mean? Don't waste your money with that nonsense. So when I do my bicep curls, right, at least alternating, I'm never hands in front like this and just scoop in here. I'm kind of outside. And I like to get that dumbbell out towards that side delt. Same thing, opposite side. Because this contraction versus this contraction, for me, it's two different feels. It's literally two different feels. When I am here, right, where I'm hands in front of me, I just go together and I pump in a shorter range of motion. Ooh. Remember, within a full range of motion, right? Because somebody asked this in a video that I did with Johnson the other day, with Jado the other day, where he was sitting down, and I told him that your elbows, when it comes to your biceps, are essentially the roots, right? So if you think of a big ass tree, the roots is what keeps the tree rooted in the ground. This thing is not going nowhere, right? So my elbows keep my biceps long, or they keep my biceps open, right? When he was curling, he was all up here with it, right? So the weight was getting out, but the elbows were getting away from him, right? I just wanted him to be here and shorten that range of motion, pump here, and let out. He can keep getting a long bicep or a stretch bicep as long as he's pinned, right? But the second that he gets away from himself, right, the first thing that he wants to do at the bottom is get it back up. So he never gets this to happen. It's always this. Whew. The camera's about to die, so trust me, we're gonna do a part 2 to this. Stay away from this kind of coach. That might be the title of this video. Stay away from this kind of coach. But with that being said, One Up Lifestyle. Don't speak to me while I'm lifting. The hoodies and the pump covers this Saturday, 11 a.m. Get it while you can. Code DjSalMoney is gonna help you save, right? The pre-workout and all supplements that I use year round, Primeval Labs, Code DjSalMoney is gonna help save on the ticket as well. Until the next one, which is gonna be the part 2 to this, I'll catch you next time. Be safe, be smart, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Because you do a lot of dumb shit, right? Peace.